Hey, what's up, everybody? Minister's housing allowance is a significant benefit for those of you who qualify for this. So that's typically your pastors, missionaries, or other clergy members. However, there are some items that are very often misunderstood or perhaps even just overlooked and not thought about. So I'm going to do a series here on minister's housing allowance and some of these common issues and things that you need to think about when you're filling out your tax return. It's not as straightforward as just taking the number off your W-2, putting it in your tax return, and having that excluded from your income. There's some other issues to deal with. So let's jump into this one. In 2020, the interest rates went pretty low. I heard some people say that they were able to refinance their house at 2.5%. So a lot of people refinance their home. So we're talking about refinancing and the minister's housing allowance. How does this affect it? Okay. Now, if your loan balance, your remaining loan balance was $180,000 and you refinanced at $180,000, but you just got a lower interest rate and or maybe you extended the term, maybe you had 20 years left and you went back to 30. If you refinanced for the same balance, you don't really have to worry about this. So today we're talking about a cash out refi. So what is a cash out refi? Well, this is where your home has gone up in value and or you've paid down your mortgage to a point where you can refinance for more than what you currently owe on it, and you're going to take the cash out. A lot of times, investment advisors or bankers might talk you into this and say, hey, why not draw out the equity in your home? Why wait until you sell it? Go ahead and take that out now. You could use it for that vacation you want. You can use it to remodel the kitchen like you wanted. You could use it to pay off debt. All those things could be good ideas in your particular situation, but how is that going to affect your minister's housing allowance? So let's look at a cash out refinance. In this situation, the fair market value, your house would appraise for $250,000. Your current mortgage, what you owe on the house right now, is $180,000. You're going to refinance it for $200,000. So the difference here, you're refinancing for $200,000, you only owe $180,000, so you're going to pay off that old mortgage. You've got a new mortgage now of $200,000, and the difference of $20,000 is going to be cash to you. And so that's what a cash out refinance is. And that $20,000 you can use for whatever you want. You can go on vacation, you can invest it, you can remodel your kitchen. It doesn't matter for the cash out refi what you use it for, but it does matter for minister's housing allowance. Okay, so minister's housing allowance, you only get to exclude from income the cost of actually providing a home for yourself and or your family. So depending on what you use that $20,000 for, it's going to affect your calculation for minister's housing allowance. Right? Let's say you take that $20,000 and you remodel your kitchen, or you redo a bathroom, or you need a new roof, or you just need to do some repairs around the house. If you use the $20,000 for that, then you have used it in providing a home for your family, and you can deduct the full mortgage payment of that new mortgage. But what if you took that $20,000 out and you used the whole balance to put a kid through college, to pay some tuition for your 18-year-old daughter? All right? Or what if you took it out and you paid off some credit card debt, or you paid off your student loans? What about that? Okay, well, that $20,000 would not be used to provide a home for you or your family. So you cannot include the portion of the new mortgage payment that is attributed to that $20,000 because it wasn't used to provide a home. So what would this look like? Well, at tax time, you would have to take your new mortgage payment and you'd have to prorate it to see how much of it qualifies for minister's housing allowance. So your original $180,000 was used to buy your home. Your new $200,000, well, the whole $20,000 you used for something else, to pay off a credit card. So $180,000 used for the home divided by the full amount of the new mortgage of $200,000 means 90% of that new mortgage was used to provide a home for you. If your mortgage payment is $100,000, hope your mortgage payment is at $100,000. If your mortgage payment is $1,000, well, that means the MHA piece would be 90% of that, or $900, and the percent that you cannot count towards your minister's housing allowance is going to be the other 10% of $100 a month. So $900 a month times 12, that'd be what you could count towards your minister's housing allowance. $100 a month times 12 would not be allowed to be towards your MHA. All right, now, sometimes though, your mortgage payment isn't just the mortgage of $200,000. It's actually escrowing your property taxes and your insurance as well. So in that number that you're paying every month might not just be paying down your mortgage. It can also be escrow for your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance that then your mortgage company is going to pay for you when the time comes due. So how does that factor in? Okay, well, let's say your escrow, your taxes and insurance is $400 and your mortgage payment is actually $1,400 now. So instead of $1,000, they're escrowing $400. Your full mortgage payment is $1,400. So if I take the $1,400, I multiply it times 96, I get $1,260. Is that the MHA number? Because I told you could only do 90%. No, that is not the MHA number, okay? Because we don't have to take 90% of the 400. We're still just taking 90% of what the mortgage was, and so 90% of the mortgage is still $900. You get to take the full 400 from escrow, because the full 100 is property taxes and insurance. That's still fully deductible. So the 900 plus the 400 equals 1,300 instead of 1,260, and you're still left with the same 100 that is not MHA. Okay? So that is how a cash out refinance would work based on how you spend the money that you get out. Now, a lot of you might have done this in 2020 because, like I said, interest rates went pretty low. Now, real quick, what about a HELOC, a home equity line of credit? This is actually going to follow the same process. So let's say your house is worth $250,000, you only owe $180,000 on it, so you've got $70,000 of equity in your house. Well, the bank in that situation might give you a $50,000 home equity line of credit, saying, hey, you could have $50,000 in home equity line of credit. You might take out $10,000, not the full 50, or you might take out the full 50. Well, based on what you use that money for, if you take $20,000 off in order to pay off a credit card because this HELOC has a better interest rate than your credit card, or if you take it out to pay off student loans, or you take it out to send your child through college, you're not going to be able to count those home equity line of credit payments towards your MHA amount. However, if you use the home equity line of credit to redo your kitchen, to do some repairs around the house, same thing, right? To redo a bathroom. If you use it on the house to provide a home for you and your family, then as you pay this back off, those payments would be amounts that you can add into your qualified housing expenses for your minister's housing allowance. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's several misunderstood topics as it revolves around minister's housing allowance. So I'm going to actually make a playlist with that. And you can jump over to that. There'll be a link to it at the end of this video where you can jump over and watch the other videos related to minister's housing allowance so that you make sure you account for this correctly on your tax return. My name is Brad. I'm the Wooten CPA. My goal is to bring peace to your finance and tax responsibilities. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified when other videos come out. Thanks for watching.